Alright, we're doing this one the old-fashioned way, shaky camera and all, because I don't have the stand, but I want to get this up and done. And, well, something came in the mail today. So, this is going to be the profile that I came in 5th. I went 3-1. I, got my teeth kicking. I got my teeth kicked in by Gohan at the official store championship. So, we played the nose. So, this is the nose, and this is Cell, I guess. Both of these look like they were drawn by somebody who knew kinda what Cell looked like. I mean, just, we needed to focus on that nose. And over here, his nose is just like way too small. So 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I guess. I think most everyone knows what the Cell lead does. And then we'll get into my variation on the deck. So right here, my Eternal Shame, my non-foil 17s. So these guys, counterattack, it's an Android 17, you can play it, dump a Cell, whatever. It's essentially just an extra body, extra combo power, and it's a 17 target. And you'll see why that's important in a minute. Here we go, our punished errata boy. Everyone knows what he does. Tap 1 green when there's only a 17 on the field, and he comes out and makes your opponent discard. You can only activate him once per turn. Hard now. My precious. So, again, everyone knows, 1 drop if there's a Cell in play. He becomes a 3, so you can play him from drop for paying 1. He makes it really easy to get big numbers on board for Successor. This guy came up so much it's not funny, because everyone always wants to KO your quick sweep. So then all you do is, they swing in and you combo your Cell off, play this guy for free, because they almost always drop something big. I mean, the Arrival Broly or the Arrival Goku. They try and get rid of your stuff, especially if they shove him into your energy so that you can't play him from the drop anymore. You just go, alright, well, he's negated, he can't restand, play the Cell, and it makes your Successor chains really easy, and it applies a lot of pressure for you because it comes in for free. I didn't play him once, but it feels good to have him, because if you don't play him at all, then you're just at the mercy of things like Black Smoke and the 5-drop Frieza just negging your whole board. So, I'll never take him out, because it's too important to have that response. And 2 is the right number, and you'll see why in a minute. And so we did not play the 6-drop Cell. We played this boy, because we're more interested in generating the card advantage and negging down our opponent's energy than we are in blowing their stuff up in a lot of cases. Because, we Successor him in, swing, draw a card, rest energy, and if we have another copy of himself and we Successor over that, we draw another card, rest another energy, then we swing, draw another card, rest another energy. He sort of helps fix the problem that Cell has of not adding cards, and he helps you just see a lot more really quickly. Now, this is the key to everything. Power Distilled. Yeah, I know, it's a draft box card, but it's a 17, so we've got him. So, when you have 10 cards in drop, 10 non-black cards, he reduces his battle cost by 2 in the hand. So you tap 4, play him, he comes out as a 6. 6. 6. Those numbers seem important. And then every time he attacks, your opponent has to warp a card in their hand, you warp a card out of your drop, and add a green extra card from your drop to your hand. So this guy is huge on card advantage for you, and he applies a lot of pressure. He's kind of the goal of the deck here, is just get this guy out. One of, if you see it, it works. If you don't, you don't. I did play him like 2 or 3 times, and you get to 6 energy, he comes in, you've got Deflect. By the time that this guy gets played, their hand should already be relatively small, with Super 17 going in there and ripping cards out, and anytime you play Cell, they're again losing another one. So he's just sort of, he's a good finisher if you need him. I never once played this card. There was never a situation that I wanted to. He just sat there, absolutely coming out. I never once played this card. I had him in hand, and I used him to awaken most of the time. There's never a situation that I want to tap 4 energy to play this guy, to take 3 cards from their hand and then deal triple strike, that I wouldn't rather not get rid of the other battle cards on my board, tap the same amount of energy, 4 energy, and play Power Distilled to get 2 cards back into my hand and remove 2 from theirs and deal 2 damage. It's 1 less damage, 1 less card out of their hand, but adds 2 more to my hand and leaves my board established. So this guy, he's not as good. The biggest of Chunguses. Oh, it's so beautiful. I played this guy all the time. You get out your 2 6s, so you get out your Power Distilled and your Total Eclipse, swing, draw, rest, swing, add back 2 extra cards, sack the both of them. He comes down, just really gets in there. I love this card so much. It's very expensive, but, it was worth it, I think, for a hobby. Don't tell anyone. He's ridiculous. In testing, I actually had a time where I played him my whole board was wiped. But it was turn 5, I had 5 energy, and tap 1, quick sweep out of the drop. Tap another Cell. Tap 2 quick sweeps from hand. Just dropped the successor right there, ripped his hand out, killed him. Now, since we're playing green-yellow, we're of course playing for the check land. Because you really realistically only need 1 yellow energy charge because, almost everything in here costs green. And the only time you're ever fielding yellow battle cards is usually for free with Titan Toppler, or tapping 2 and dropping, your Hellfighter during your opponent's turn to negate something's activate main, or you can you can pay him for 3 during your turn to prevent people from pulling things off. But, the Analyzer was nice. It gave you consistent energy. We are playing 1 SPR, 1 pre-release stamped, 1 foil, and 1 regular common Android 18 Bionic Blitz. Everyone knows what she does. She forces your opponent to bottom deck a card when you play her. She's a free blue-green super combo. And I have 1 of every rarity in this deck because I am a terrible person and it drives some people absolutely wild. Most people don't care. Other people, drives them batty. And then we're playing 4 of the Deadly Defender Android 18. I wouldn't even play Perfection's Prey in this deck because since we're not going for Cell, we wouldn't be able to play her out of the drop anyway. The ability to make her a 0-cost 10k might be useful occasionally, but more often than not, you never end up comboing in this deck. You just throw out a whole bunch of medium-sized swings and generate card advantage off of it and deny your opponent resources whenever possible. So the Deadly Defender is she's just the best 18 target. Honestly, she's the best Deadly Defender out of any color. She's just the most useful. These were preemptive strikes the day of. They're definitely they're going to get moved to the sideboard. There's very few situations that you actually want the hidden power in the main, or even the preemptive strikes in the main, so they're not going to stay there. But it's a green extra card that you can add back off Power Distilled. Removal for the Invoker. I didn't have any Invoker matchups. I would have played more of this if I did. We've got 2 more on the sideboard. It kills a card. It forces them to drop a card. You can use it as a 5k combo and add it back with Super 17. So, you know, you can theoretically just continue looping the same one out of drop over and over and over again for swing 24s. So here's the reason why we play so many different 17s. I don't have Ape. I don't necessarily want Ape. Tap 1 energy, search the top 10, add 2 17s from my deck to my hand. So this is our answer to not having an Ape. You know, it's just this whole stack right here, all of this, they're all 17. You can add Hellfighter, Android, or Super. So it searches this much of our deck. So this card just, it really speeds up Cell's hand, because Cell does not get a very big hand. Not very fast anyway. And then 4 Shocking Death Ball. You dump cards in your grave like mad. So the sparking part of this comes online very early, very fast. And you just, anytime that they swing at something that is not your leader, you just go, all right, Shocking Death Ball. And then you get yourself down to 4. You get these back into your hand with the Power Distilled. And then you just use Cell's ability and prevent them. You either blow up their key cards and drop cards out of their hand, or prevent them from playing anything inactive. And then we'll go over the side deck real quick. You know, the additional 2 Artificial Impacts might stay in, might come out. We played 2 Android 20 Vial Creators. They did go in once. They did not do anything. You know, it's whatever. I was borrowing 2 more of these on the day of, because I don't actually own more than just... This is the only Flying Nimbus I own. So, I'm playing 3 Nimbus. They did come in. I need to bump my yellow count, but I was happy with their performance overall. I did not get a single U7 matchup, so I didn't get to play him. I know that a lot of people think 4 is a little excessive, but the main reason why I want to play him at such a high number is that he is also, like the Quick Sweep 17, a 3 cost that casts for 1. So they got a field spell. He comes in at 1. And then here's the other thing, is that you can choose to not blow up the field spell. Yeah, you may choose. So if you've got 2 of these in their hand and they have a field spell, you can go boop, boop, and then drop them both and pop it with the second one. So, you know, he provides numbers for quick and easy successoring, and he comes in, he's a 15k body, 20 if you pop the field spell. And then, because I didn't really have a whole lot of other options, I just played 4 of these in the side. They were funny in the match that they did come in on. They weren't really worth it, but they were funny. So overall, I only lost 1 game to Gohan. And with the Cell Errata, this deck is not dead. I do have ideas on how to change it. And hopefully I will be changing it relatively soon. But yeah, this is a 17 successor spam. And, you know, synchro summoning. Whap. Like, this is literally just Quasar. Comes down, double strike, or well, dual attack. Got enough damage to end the game outright. You know, it's fun. It's aggressive. It's got enough control. You know, this deck is very competitive. Overall, I'm very happy with it, and hopefully the changes I have down the line for it will compensate for the loss of our... My computer fell asleep. Compensate for the loss of this boy's abuse, but we've got Ribrianne to look forward to. Alright, give us a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought about the deck, things you would change, etc., etc. Alright, peace.